Hello, welcome in or welcome back to my channel. My name is Deb from DG Reads and this is my Octopup Kylie, and we're here today to film my June TBR. I can't believe that it's already going to be June, but June does bring a lot of really exciting things. Top of the list is the Amazing Readathon, which is back for its third year. This is of course the month-long competitive readathon brought to us by Bree at Four Paws in a Book, and this year I am on Team Galeweavers, and this is the team being led by Mel at Melanor Reads and Claire at Claire's Neverland of Books. We've already been having a ton of fun in the Discord chat. Everyone's taking on really fun and punny pirate and ship Discord names, and I can't wait for the actual competition to kick off. The Galeweavers have a bonus prompt that's unique to the team, and that is for books containing trials or competitions, and that is something I'm going to be keeping in mind as I create my TBR for June. In terms of my TBR for last month, it didn't go too badly in terms of how many books I wound up with, and as of filming this I've read all of them except I DNF'd one and I am in the middle of one. I'm about a third of the way into my short story collection that I put on that TBR, but I still have a full week of the month left, so I feel like that's close enough to being finished to count last month as a success. So we will be starting off with 5 quarters and 5 pulls from my Promptball TBR game. As always, I will pull some extra prompts if I wind up with duplicate colors when it comes to my prompt balls, and potentially based on what is actually in the prompts, we will see how it goes. And then once I've picked all the prompts for this and matched it to books, I'll talk a little bit more about what else is on my TBR for the month, because there's always going to be more. For right now, our little Galeweavers mascot Kylie is going to grab a treat, get down, and snuggle up in her octopus costume, which she actually enjoys because it gives her, you know, some built-in pillows. So I'm gonna let her go and we'll get to pulling prompts. All right, prompt number 1. It's a blue ball. For the 52 book club, I have a book where the plot includes a heist. For plot includes a heist, I'm going to pick up this very pretty edition of Hamajang Luck by Makana Yamamoto, and this is from Illumicrate and very pretty. And from what I understand, it does involve a heist. We've got a couple who have a criminal past together, I think, and 8 years have passed maybe, and they're going to create another heist. Obviously, I know a ton about this book, but it is said to be a queer heist story, so it works really well for June. Already a duplicate, another blue one. For Around the Year in 52 books, I have a book where the title relates to one of the traditional moon phase names, so that's an interesting one I will need to do some research for. And then I had a book related to one of the traditional names for the full moon. And this one, I'm going easy mode. One of the names of the full moon is a pink moon. And for this, I am picking up The Rose Bargain by Sasha Payton Smith. This is another really pretty edition. This one is from Fairy Loot, and I don't know a lot about it other than it has competition, it has romance, so it works quite well for the Amazing Readathon for my team. It's got a pink cover on this edition. It's a rose bargain, and rose is another term for pink, or a type of pink, I suppose. So we're gonna go with this one. Prompt number 3, yellow. Okay, a helpful one. I have a short story collection. For a short story collection, I always try to get at least one collection onto my TBR each month, and therefore this worked out quite well for me. And I've decided I'm going to go with Root Rot by Sarah Reed. And this one is on my Horror Bingo TBR, and it's one I need to get to, and I keep putting it off because it's only a physical copy. I don't think I have access to a Kindle copy, and it's not on audio. So it is one I need to try to start at the beginning of the month and keep going on. It's a horror story collection, and really that's all I know about it going in. Prompt number 4. Green. Yeah, why did I do this to myself? So it's a mood read, but I do have to add an extra ball. I think I got one of these last month too. Next up, we got a mood read. And for this one, I am just gonna go ahead and use this as a mood read. There are gonna be a lot of books during the month of June that I need to pick up on a whim, on the spur of the moment, and that's just kind of how the chaos of the Amazing Readathon works. So I for sure will be fulfilling a mood read at some point during the month. And then purple. I've got lowest rated. For a lowest rated book, I am going to go ahead and make this work with the Amazing Readathon, because one of the prompts there is to read a lowly rated book that you think you're still going to like. And so I've been looking through my shelves trying to figure out what is on the lower end of the books that I have and what I think I might still like. So we're gonna go with The Last Time She Saw Him by Kate White. This is a gifted copy I received from Harper, and it's a domestic thriller, I believe. I don't know much going into it, but it's not too long. And this is the type of book that I feel like I have the potential to just be able to pick up on audio, multitask to, fall into the story a little bit, and hopefully still enjoy it, even though the rating on Goodreads is a 3.25. I do find that with thrillers, you tend to get people who love them, you get people who hate them, depending on how the twists hit, and I'm hoping I will wind up on the love them side. And then last time, I think we did decide, and by we I mean me, because I punish myself regularly, I did decide that the extra ball that came out of the prompt ball did count for duplicate colors, so let's pull that one next. Purple, so 2 duplicates, not the worst ever. Okay, and an easy prompt. I need to continue a series. Then the prompt ball machine gave me a continue a series. And this was the bonus prompt that we had to pull thanks to getting that mood read. And honestly, it did me a solid with this because, again, continuing series is one of my goals for the year. So for this, I am going to put Bloodmarked by Tracy Dion on my list. This is a series I've been meaning to continue for ages. This is book 2 following Legendborn, which I recently reread, still loved, and I'm super excited to finally have an excuse to prioritize getting to this one during the month. Okay, and then we had 2 duplicates in terms of the colors, so let's go ahead and pull those. The extra balls for duplicates do not count as additional duplicates. Okay, this one's a good one too. To read a book that is published by PRH Audio, so an audiobook. And then we got publisher, PRH Audio, and this is just to make sure that I'm getting to all of the various publishers when these prompts come up. And for this one, I'm going to go again with something that's going to help me out with the readathons in June, and that is Spin the Dawn by Elizabeth Lim. This is a book that's been on my radar and my TBR for quite some time. I understand that there is a competition tied into making clothing, making fabric, and this is why I have this on my Our Fantasy board, is for the prompt to have a book tied to fabric making, fabric arts, that type of stuff. So this is one I'm really excited to get to. And last but not least, the prompt is, struggling to open it, for Around the Year in 52 Books, a book that relates to art or dancing or music or acting. I knew I was forgetting one. So we shall see what that has in store as well. And last but not least, a prompt I'm stretching a little bit. The Around the Year in 52 Books prompt is for a book tied to music or art or dance or acting. And I'm gonna stretch the dancing part of this just a tad to go with The Favorites by Lane Fargo. This is an author I've really enjoyed before. This is about figure skating, which is dancing on ice. I think that counts. It's going to count. My game, my rules. And I think this is going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a buddy read with some friends for this one, and there is a competitive aspect to it, so it works well for the readathon in that regard as well. So for Prompt Ball, we have this stack, which doesn't look too scary, but also doesn't look too easy, plus a mood read on top of these. So let's see what else I need to add to my stack for the month. For Buzzwordathon from Books with Lala, I have the title prompt of memory or memory words and the cover prompt of celestial objects. And I have a book that is really short and will knock out both prompts. Volatile Memory by Seth Haddon. This is an advanced copy that I received from Tor.com. It's a book scheduled to come out in July, so I was planning to read it in June anyway. And it has memory right there in the title, and I'm not sure how well it's going to show up, but the cover has planets on it, so it is definitely celestial in nature. So this worked out really, really well to not add too much on for the title and the cover prompts. And since we are talking about advanced copies, I have a few more that I am definitely wanting to get in for June. We've got The Lighthouse at the End of the World by J.R. Dawson. This one is about a way stop for people who have died, their spirits, to kind of reconcile their life before moving on. And this is another gifted copy from Tor, and it is coming out also in July. And then I have Proof by John Cohen. This is due out on June 24th. This is a thriller following a disgraced lawyer who is an alcoholic, it sounds like. He winds up getting accused of killing a former friend, I believe, and he winds up having to kind of skirt the law to try to get proof about what's going on. And this is a gifted copy I received from Gallery Books. From Harper Perennial, I have a copy of A Mother Always Knows by Sarah Strohmeyer, and this one is due out in July as well. It is following a woman who's working at a library, but she's living under an assumed name. She once was part of a commune. She witnessed her mother's murder. It says it is a novel of psychological suspense that explores the way our past shape our futures in so many unexpected ways. And then from Tor, I have a gifted copy of The Library at Hellbore by Cassandra Kah. This is due out in July as well. The book is set at a academy for the super, super powerful, think Antichrists and World Eaters and things that are very large and very dangerous in nature, and I really don't know much beyond that, but I am super intrigued to check it out. I've mentioned a couple of books that I'm planning on specifically for the Amazing Readathon, but I did want to go through what those prompts are and what I'm currently thinking I may be reading for them. I did already mention that The Last Time She Saw Him is going to be my book for a lowly rated book that you think you will still like, and The Rose Bargain is one that will feature prominent romance relationship, and that should knock out that prompt for me. For the prompt to have a celestial or godly word in the title, I'm currently planning on reading Heavenly Bodies. This is by Imani Eru. I am sure I'm getting that name wrong, but Heavenly, I think that takes care of the prompt. For the prompt to read a green cover, I have The Sunbearer Trials by Aidan Thomas. This is different shades of green, but I think it definitely counts. And this has trials in it, as you can tell from the title, so it will also help with my team bonus prompt. For an over-the-top cover, I think at the moment I've settled on The Starving Saints by Caitlin Sterling. This is an author I really, really loved before, and also not so much loved some of the books. So I'm a little bit nervous about this one, but I do have an audiobook copy for it, and I am getting, I believe, a edition coming in the mail as well. So I do really, really look forward to reading this one. It has definitely a cover that has me super intrigued. There's so much going on it. I think I can definitely count this for over the top. For a violent word in the title, I currently have down Murder by Memory by Olivia Waite. This is one that has been on my mind to pick up very soon, and it's absolutely teeny. So not the absolute best for earning points for my team, so I may wind up replacing this one as I get into the month, but it is one that I really want to check out. It sounds like it's kind of a cozy murder mystery in space, and it has me super intrigued. This is a gifted copy I received from Tor.com. The next prompt is for a cozy read, and I don't have anything currently picked out for this. Cozy isn't necessarily something I gravitate toward, but also sometimes horror is cozy for me. So this is where I think I'm gonna use my mood read as we get into the month and figure out what I want to read whenever this prompt happens to drop. For a chilling cover or winter setting, I have Direbound by Sable Sorensen, and this is one that Cassidy from Covers with Cassidy recommended as perfect for a winter setting. So I don't know too much about it going into it, but I am super intrigued to find out, and it sounds like there's going to be a buddy read potentially going on for this one as well. For the prompt to read a shorter book than your last book, currently I'm thinking that will probably be Eat the One You Love by Sarah Maria Griffin. This was originally on my May TBR for the eyeball on the cover prompt for Readathon, but I wound up fulfilling that with a different book. So when I heard that this was going to be a buddy read with some friends in June, I figured I would go ahead and push this back to June. Plus it is going to be a Literally Dead book club discussion, which is always fun to be able to join in with. And then the last prompt is to read a book set in a big city. And for that, I currently have The Raven Scholar by Antonia Hodgson. This is not a small book, so it'll be good for getting points. There are trials, I believe, in here going on, and I've been told it is set in a large city, so it knocks out a lot of good points for when that prompt comes up. So with all of those books, not all of which are very small, there's quite a few chunky ones there, including some of the ones I didn't have physically to hold up for you, but we'll see how this all goes. It all will largely depend on when the prompts drop, in what order they drop, and I am planning to kind of weekly vlog and kind of roll with the prompt releases and hopefully do some sightseeing as well. Each leg of the journey will have some bonus points you can earn for different prompts as well, and I'm hoping to be able to fit some books in for that too. So bottom line, this is all subject to change, but I am going to be prioritizing the books I pulled for Promptball as usual because I don't want a punishment next month for not getting to them. So with that, let me know down below, are you participating in the Amazing Readathon this year? If you are, which team are you on? As a hint, maybe the one with a dog in an octopus costume as a mascot would be the correct one to choose, but it's okay, I guess, if you're on a different team. Have you read any of these books that I talked about today, or any of them on your radar? Or let me know what you're looking forward to reading in June. And if you've made it this far and you don't have anything to comment, please leave me an octopus emoji to let me know that you are here. If you could hit that like button below, I would surely appreciate it. And subscribe if you're interested in my thoughts on some of these books, my Amazing Readathon journey, and my bookish content in general. But for now, I'll leave you here and see you real soon in a new video.